anyway, we shall see how long this one is, because I don't know if that's a real one or not. Just because it backed up. He did back up, so it might be a regular one. So, try to make a little bit of light in here. Yeah, that's a report. Anyway, here's what's going on with me. We're probably going to be moving out of here on the 1st. And that one don't have a conniption, because he done called the other complex to find out how much we got to pay on our part. It's going to be split in half, and I'm sure Gary's going to make a way to explain to these people that, I mean, 1,800. It's going to be $1,850 a month, because it's basically a 3-bedroom apartment. It's a townhouse-like shape, so though we haven't been in it, it's just, I don't know, what's going to happen. Oh, if we could get to the point where, I can call and take care of things. But till then, I mean, together we got enough to take care of our house. No problem. Plus the bills, he's just rake it out, because, things that, he wants to make sure we have money to spend on ourselves. But he doesn't realize it. Hopefully, our checks will go up to at least $1,000 after January, because right now it's at $9.94. So, and it's normally like a $12 to $20 hike every year. Yeah, I'd rather be in California, because right now, California, they're getting $1,233. I think all states should follow that, because then a lot of the, people that still have their brains working will be able to afford it. But we'll see, Texas is just too much in the red. There's a lot more supporters of Trump here than there are in, say, California or any other place, which is fine. It's, who they, support, I don't like moving. The only other move I want to make is back to California, but there's just so much going on right now. You got people on threads saying, posting how Jesus is coming and the end's near, and are you ready for the end? Can we stop talking about that? I don't seriously think God would end up doing that to people. He already did it, and did, the thing with the ark and stuff. I don't think he wants to. If he wanted to do that to this world, he would have not allowed or fixed it where women couldn't have any more kids and they'd all grow up and then the end, right? Why would he do it with children still running around and stuff that haven't moved yet? That's my thinking. But you see what we're dealing with, and you know, each of us get taught differently on what to believe in, and there's people that do believe the end of the world is coming. I'm not one of them. I think that, wait. That way I don't have to be camped out at the door. I mean, it's still got a watch. But that's what the errands, excuse me. Drink it too fast. And that's what the errands were on Saturday when I left. But I was lucky enough I was able to get in a good time, lengthy video. I mean, this place is nice. It's not like we don't have anywhere to go or anything to do. I mean, even with the reduction of money from SSI here, we're making it here. The only reason why we're giving up on here and going over there is to help them out. And I don't know why they didn't just get a regular 2-bedroom. I don't know why they went out for, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's actually a nice place. But whether we can cover all the bills and go from there. That's what I'm worried about. Because right now my son's doing he's working for the full month, but it's a temp job. It's not, ongoing. I would rather have him an ongoing, because I think he got screwed from his last job because the person he worked with didn't like him, so, excuse me, therefore, they called corporate saying that my son was asleep. Okay, my son, when he's at work, he does not sleep. If he has to stay up and watch the baby and then go to work, he can do it. I mean, I've gone, 24 hours without sleep. Because, sometimes I get insomnia, so I get it. But, I mean, that would be so far out of the way my son conducts himself at work that I know that whole thing was a setup to get him fired. So, to the one that ended up having him fired, I hope you're the one that's going to go next, because that's ridiculous. And the neighborhood he was working in was not that great. They had just had a murder a week ago, not a week ago now, but a week prior to him getting fired. So, that's not a very good neighborhood. Austin has as much, criminal activity as, say San Bernardino in California, or LA in California, or New York City, Edinburgh in New York. So, I mean, he wasn't working in a safe area, and they don't have anybody that patrols over there. They come when they get called, of course, but it takes them a little bit to get there, and, by then, a person that is reaching out for help don't get the help, they ended up dead. I don't know how that happened, how that worked out over there or what happened, but I'm pretty sure that, it was, a criminal thing going on, because a lot of the ones that hang out in that neighborhood, a lot of them are drug addicts or alcoholics or involved in this criminal activity or that criminal activity. I mean, it's all over the city, of course. You know, it's not just in one area, but in that area was pretty bad. So no way would my son fall asleep while at the desk, because when you go into that place, and it's because we actually have a storage unit in California that's same exact setup. When you walk in to the main door, there's a, desk right there. And that's where he sits unless he's either cleaning or showing a storage unit. So there's no way he would be sleeping on the job. And I wish he would have went to corporate and made a complaint about that, because that was an unjust firing. Because I guarantee you he wasn't asleep. Like I said, he's got good job, work ethics, and he wouldn't go to sleep on the job, no matter how tired he was, because, when in that area, it's not a good thing to fall asleep while you're behind the desk of a business. I mean, you shouldn't do that anyway, but he didn't do it, and he should have fought it. He should have said, you know what? You have him show proof of me sitting at that desk sleeping. That's what he should have done, but he didn't do it because, And now they were trying to go to Arizona. They had jobs set up for Arizona. And what happened with that was because of the people the complex they live at now, because of their old apartment before they went back to Florida, they had subletted it, and the office knew this, to a lady. So she was still renting when they moved back. So she was still in that particular apartment, and she caused a lot of damage. And they put that on my son's credit. Not his wife's, but my son's credit. So, naturally, the complex out there in Arizona, which I kind of think that there was some signs showing that's not a good idea, but that's between you and me. So the complex out there decided, hey, you don't have good enough credit. You need to check your credit report because it's way below what it should be. And I don't think they shouldn't be going by credit anyway, because young people make mistakes in their early time, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't think people should have to pay twice the amount of rent to get into an apartment you're renting. I don't believe there should be a deposit. I don't believe you should be charged for having your credit checked when you're trying to get into somebody's apartment complex. And I don't think, you should have to pay for other people's sandwich. And they knew perfectly well that lady was in there and knew, because she had to go fill out everything and stuff. So we shall see how that turns out. So that's the update, sort of, kind of, and a little bit of extra. So I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to. Doesn't matter to me. You can watch them, even unsubscribe if you want to. I don't get paid for it. I am not trying to get paid for this. It just gives me something to do for, 14, 13 minutes, depending. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. And I hope you're enjoying your summer so far. Hopefully you're doing better than we are. Can't complain. We're all right now. But anyway, I hope everybody has a good day. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know when. Never know. Okay. Have a good day, guys. Bye.